Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Doc and Queenie Facebook Live. Hey, Queenie.
Hey Doc, what's going on behind your head?
Well, it is National Shrimp Day. Happy Shrimp Day.
Oh my gosh, you know what? This is one of those things that I actually do love. We've done garlic, we've done lemonade, we've done shrimp. This is so fun. And I really seriously do. I'm trying to even think of a way that I have seen or had shrimp prepared that I didn't like. I do like shrimp.
Well, that picture behind you looks delicious. I,
Um, I
I'd have to
did
pour
not
some.
make it.
Really?
Full disclosure, this is not like my K room situation. This is a share from another location. So yeah, how about you? That behind you is so cute though, honestly.
Well, I love using Canva, and I just I knew today was Shrimp Day,
That
so
is so,
I
that really is
decided to make a
adorable.
little, and I just love the little guy with the little hat on. So.
Since everybody knows that you really are a foodie, what is one of the cool or many of the coolest ways that you actually make shrimp? Cook it.
A lot of times we grill it. I'm very, like I'm always teaching simple cooking. I always do simple, and I love it just grilled with a little bit of garlic butter.
Seriously.
Um, that's kind of like like a scampi too, a scampi or just grilled. I just love it. Or we'll put it in like tacos or
Oh,
whatever.
the shrimp tacos. Yeah, that's yummy.
Yeah, the other night we made it was a new recipe. It was asparagus, and then I put shrimp over that. I marinated the shrimp in my new favorite, and I think we were talking about this one time, was smoked paprika.
Oh,
And
wow.
so it's got a little smoked paprika, and I said to my husband, the recipe calls for 2 cloves of garlic. I'm going to put in 6. Is that okay? So it tasted wonderful. It was just super simple. I threw oregano in there and paprika and a whole bunch of garlic. And then I just put the shrimp over the top of the asparagus, put onions on top of that, and baked it for 10 minutes, and it was done.
Oh my
So it was
gosh.
really
Sometimes I have
so
noticed
now.
that you create, the preparation time even takes longer than the cooking time.
Yes.
That
Yes.
is
And
right.
I'm not the fastest chef around. I take my time when I'm fixing something because I enjoy it. I just enjoy the process. But yeah, we try to keep it simple. I do a lot of grilling or baking. I do a lot of one pan. If anybody's followed some of my What's for Dinner doc on
Yeah.
YouTube, I do a lot of one pan, just chop it up, throw it in the oven, put a little seasoning on there. So those to me are simple. You're not going to get messed up in heavy creams or
Yeah.
frying or any of that. We rarely fry food in our household. So yeah. So and we don't even. I've kicked around the air fryer piece, but we don't eat French. We don't make French fries. We don't do fried chicken. We don't do that kind of stuff. So, and I've always been that way even before I got into the foodie and the health piece. So yeah. So,
Wow.
but
And that honestly is so fun too, because the cold shrimp part is obviously fun for me, like in salads and things like that. But grilled shrimp with garlic sounds kind of amazing too. So hopefully all of you that are joining us today are loving that it's National Shrimp Day. And we super hope that you're going to go out somewhere fabulous or even in your own home and create some fabulous foodie topic that includes shrimp. And if you do, be sure and post it on the Doc and Queenie group page right under this video, because that's going to be the super fun thing. As we go through the Doc and Queenie summertime, like hello, the weather's gorgeous in Kansas City. As we go through the Doc and Queenie summertime issues, that would be the fun time for you to post some of the cool recipes that you're doing.
yes.
Some people barbecue on the grill, like campfire type things when they go traveling. And that would be such a fun thing to be able to share in this community.
Oh yes, and with the gardening piece, it's fresh salads and fresh this and fresh that. It's always great. Um, my lettuce is almost ready to be picked. It got a little frozen there was that last week or the week before?
I think it was 2 weeks ago, but who knows? Time is flying, like absolutely flying. Yeah.
Yes, but it would be great to see. Maybe there's a tradition out there, a summertime tradition.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
you know, that people, we do a lot of grilling out, and we do a charcoal grill. We don't do the gas. And so we do a lot of grilling during the summertime.
Is that for
Yeah.
a health reason?
Well, grilling, with the charcoal, is just a taste preference because
Okay.
I feel that the gas, you don't get the same taste that you do with charcoal.
Okay. I just
So
wondered if there was a health reason behind it, or if it's a personal preference topic. I didn't know how the grilling
personal
part fits
preference, yeah.
into.
I grew up. My parents, summertime would hit, we grill every day of the week. So
Really?
every day, and then pick the salad out of the garden. And yeah, my favorite was grilled. I know you'll find this interesting, Queenie. My favorite was like a grilled hamburger with a salad. Tomatoes, onions, lettuce, of course. And then I'm a big blue cheese fan. I used to be a big blue cheese fan. So throw a little blue cheese on that salad, and we're set and ready to go.
Oh my gosh. No,
How about
that really does sound delicious. That's fun.
what is your favorite summer? What would your favorite summer meal be? Do you grill often outside?
Actually, I would say close to never. I have before in the past, but I don't do all of that stuff much anymore. But my favorite thing to actually create on the grill, and I think you're probably going to have to close your ears for this one, is I have a large, like almost a casserole dish of aluminum something, which I also know is awful, but I've never found a stainless steel version. But the disposable ones, like you throw them away kind of deals. But I chop up every vegetable you can imagine, from broccoli to carrots to sweet potatoes to massive amounts of Vidalia onions and red onions and massive amounts of garlic. And I literally put butter pats over the top of that and ice cubes, Kangen, of course, on top of that, put the foil over the top and absolutely grill that puppy. And I am telling you what, there's nothing that I have found yet like veggies on the grill. Now, the other thing I love is roasted red pepper, like holy moly, but that has to be like on the actual flame thing. I think I can't remember how I have done that in the past, because I don't think that would be good if you did it in that
No,
covered up
not
thing I
the
just
I
mentioned.
think you put it directly on the grill.
Yeah, and so
That
that,
sounds delicious.
oh my gosh, and it is so amazing. I don't know why it matters that you do the very same thing in the oven, and you do it on the grill, and the difference is like night and day. I don't know why that matters, but oh my gosh, it's incredible. And I could eat veggies
It
absolutely forever.
totally does. Well, and I think the atmosphere of being outside, you and I
Yeah,
like to be outside,
anything
so
outside I
that
can
makes it
handle.
fun.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I think that's
So
awesome.
that's
And,
cool.
you have done personally, like you do hamburgers yourself, you grill them yourself. You get them from your butcher person, like the grass-fed everything.
Yeah, we buy from a rancher, and so we
Yes.
do grass-fed organic beef and chicken.
Oh,
So, and I use a family chicken recipe. We like a sweet wet barbecue, so we do that type of method with the chicken that we do on the grill. So that's a lot of fun too. I just my mom just created. My mom was a really good cook, like all around. Bon Appetit was her favorite magazine,
yes.
so she would take all the recipes out of there and try them on us, and so we got a lot of culture and a lot of testing with different recipes, and we still use some of them, like this chicken recipe, which we basically, you marinate the chicken in lemon, oregano, basil, and then just brush it on and cook it, and then you put barbecue sauce on it at the end, and there's something, it's not super sweet, it's got that sweet tart, just a hint of sweet tart on it, and it's just super, so I still do that and remember her and her.
Absolutely. Isn't that cool?
So yeah.
It's
So
amazing that flavors and smells and things like that make you think of different people and what you used to be doing if you were grilling at a picnic or all of those things. And speaking of that too, it's amazing to me how things are starting to open up in the world. It feels like, do you feel that too with all the places that you
yes.
go? Okay.
Yes, and actually I was at a store, and I think I probably mentioned this last week. I was at a store that had a sign that said, masks not required, but if you feel like you want to wear one, and there were a whole bunch of people in there without masks. So,
Yeah, it sounds like
I think
everybody
people
is
are
feeling a
saying,
little more comfortable now. So that's
yeah,
kind of fun that we actually get to network face to face in some groups, and restaurants are a little more, I guess you would say, back to normal capacity instead of all that size thing that they had to worry about before. It's just nice it's springtime, things are opening. I mean, it really does feel like a really good year this time. And I love it, of course, because we're in the second quarter, because everything for me is like a fiscal kind of policy, and everything seems to be shifting and opening, and people feel to me like they're getting more engaged. Are you seeing that in your business as
I'm
well?
seeing that. Yes, I've seen a lot more engagement, a lot more interest in different areas. So yeah, definitely.
I love that. And I mean, seriously, a better day than National Shrimp Day in the whole world to have Doc and Queenie on here. These recipes that we've been talking about are so fun. Something tells me, Dr. Laura, that we are going to have a recipe section on your website. I am just feeling it because your recipes are phenomenal.
I'm in the process, of course. I'm still drinking from a fire hose
Yeah.
as
No, I don't even know how you're breathing at this point with all the stuff you've been
we're
doing,
trying to
actually.
put together. But yeah, there will be a recipe section eventually. And
Now,
I
are you going to share? I mean, as far as if someone gives you a recipe, you're putting that in there, or are these just going to be yours?
I am all about sharing and, transferring information back and forth. Yep. And
Okay.
right now we're working on also a piece on the gardening part with talking about people in their gardens, because everybody gardens, or most people garden, I should say. I shouldn't assume.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, so the recipes is definitely on that. I think it's going to be fun, see what people's traditions are. I grew up in an Italian house, so it's all about pasta and all of that kind of stuff, and desserts,
Yeah.
which I know you love.
I was going to say, yay, I'm in there already. Yeah, that's hysterical to me. And because you do have kind of a already mental thought process with the Italian culture, because is it really actually true? I mean, I know they tease about this, but is it really true? Like you do wine with dinner and aperitif and brandy and all those things. Is that legit? Like that's how people grow up? Okay.
Yeah, at least in my, I'm from Chicago, and I'm half Italian. My grandfather was first generation here off the boat.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, we talk with our hands. We're
I didn't know
loud.
that was an Italian thing, so I might have a little Italian in me too.
Yep. Talk with our hands. We're loud, and they always had red wine with dinner.
Is that right?
That was a thing. And I'm not a big red wine fan. It's kind of funny. I like the whites, but
Well, you know what?
yeah.
From what I have heard, I obviously don't know about the nutrition piece. Red wine is for digestion.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
So would that be the
And yeah,
reason? Does it digest the pasta and the heavy sauce stuff?
I think yes. I think we have to go to Italy to research this out. But I know in this country,
You
yeah,
would use
Doc
any
and Queenie go to
trip.
Italy. Too bad we can't write it off. But in my family, and it seems to be pretty consistent that yeah, there's red wine with dinner most of the time.
Yeah,
So
'cause
yeah,
I was just wondering about that because that's always so fun to me. You see the stereotypes or the consistencies within families, cultures, things like that. And you wonder if mom and dad started it or grandma and grandpa started it or how that looks. And it's always, I love learning about all the diversity pieces that happen out there because then you kind of understand how things or even people get how they are now. And I like, you only eat this with that and you never put this on that. And people just have, I don't know if it's traditions or habits, but they always have a reason for whatever they have decided. And just like you always talk about sweet and tart, that seems to be your combo that you love.
that is my combo, sweet and tart. Though I do, as you know, like sweets. I could eat, a very rich chocolate, whatever, without, and you'd be over there gagging. So yeah, you'd be like,
Yeah, I would be the salt person and you go after those sweets, honey. That's a good, that's a good idea. Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say our traditions, especially coming from a city like Chicago with the opportunity to eat different foods and different ethnic foods. I think I've said to you, and we might have talked about it on Doc and Queenie. We are pizza snobs because
Oh my God. Yeah, I forgot about that actually. Yeah.
certain
Now,
taste and certain seasonings to it.
are you a
So
pizza snob because of Italian, or are you pizza snob because of Chicago?
I think it's probably, it's, I don't, that's a hard one to answer. Um, Most of the, I guess if maybe it's more Chicago, most of the Chicago, they say everybody says Chicago style pizza and you think thick pizza,
I do,
but
yes.
for our family, for us, and I think I had told you about it's taste. It's the taste. It's the combination of the spices and what goes into it.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, I did think thick.
yeah, yeah, it's I haven't been to Italy, so we really need to research that out, don't you think?
I
So
think to be legit and to be taken seriously, we're going to have to go do that and just learn
yeah,
and all about the Italian culture from actually being there. So I guess
I
you're
think
right.
so. Yes.
Yeah, I absolutely love, love, love. I was looking through some of my files and found this picture. And this is honestly one of our very first Doc and Queenie logos that Karen Reyes created for us. And then we dolled it up with pictures of us during different seasons and time periods. And it's so fun to look back to think, because every time, like we celebrated our 9 month of the Doc and Queenie community last week. And it's so incredible to see the seasons and the ebb and flow, and that the time keeps moving. I mean, hello, the sun keeps coming up. And so the changes. And when we get to August 3rd, that's literally 1 year since we launched the Doc and Queenie community. And think back to what was happening last August 3rd and how things have certainly changed. People have learned tons. And it's been so fun to be a part of that piece, that community piece.
Oh, definitely. And maybe we should plan a party, an online party thing. We could
That would be a
celebrate
blast. Yeah,
for
that would be a blast. That would
fun.
be an absolute blast. The things that have changed, the pictures that we have posted, the polls that we have done, that's been super fun too. And to be able to see, because that literally, we are in the fourth quarter of the Doc and Queenie year, if you will. And that has been so amazing. The people that have come to join us and follow us and engage in the pieces that we do. And Bible trivia is every Thursday night at 7 o'clock Central. And the people that join in on Bible trivia, we would have never met before if it hadn't been for the Doc and Queenie family. So I think this has been a blast.
It's been fun. Yeah. Oh, totally. Like I never met Karen until really we started
Oh,
doing
I
the
forgot
document.
about that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, she's a superstar for sure. And
Yes.
when she made this logo, I was like, oh my gosh, because that archaic thing I created was like, are you kidding me? And then when she dolled it up, I went, oh my gosh, of course I should ask Karen. And it's just so much fun. And then you got Lisa behind
I've got
you.
yes, and she is talented just as well, and she picked some other pictures with us, and it's just been fun, And I talk to her once in a while. We catch up with whatever's going on, and
Well, and I was gonna just
that networking piece.
this
What?
is Lisa Fredrickson in Las Vegas that we're referring to for everyone on the call with us. And you and Lisa have so much in common. She likes the earthy gardening, organic, everything like that. And I bet your conversations are, well, way over this particular head. But is that what you talk about with the gardening pieces, Las Vegas versus Kansas City, as far as?
We do a lot of she fascinates me because she's more scientific than I am.
Okay.
And she's actually dabbling right now with hydroponics. And I just keep sitting back and watching. I don't have enough room right now. I'm not sure if my husband, honey, we're gonna put a hydroponics unit here in the living room. I'm not sure if that'll work.
Hey, you never know, right?
So, I can get away with it outside, but something different. But no, she's really neat lady, and we talk about all different things. And then she started with chickens the past 6 to 8
Oh
months.
gosh, I forgot about that.
So she talks about her chickens and all of that. And we can have chickens in our town, but I keep kind of debating because I'm like, it's a lot of work. And we still have a dog, and our dog, she's a bird dog. So if we could get the chickens, I'm just kind of like, I'm not sure about the chickens, but yeah, we talk about a lot of different things. It's neat. It's neat to get to know her. And because of all of this, that's how we met. It's another, like you have asked me certain people that I've met, or things have happened with certain people. You're like, and how did you meet them? Networking,
Absolutely.
networking, networking, networking. Yeah, yeah.
And that's why Fun Fearless Female with Delinda Lane is where so many of us have connected. If you know Delinda and she meets in Kansas City, and you know Delinda and she meets in Las Vegas, and you know Delinda and she meets in some other state, it's back to that same thing, connecting all of us together. And quite frankly, I realize the pandemic and the lockdown and shutdown, all those things that people talk about. I get the fact that you can't see your family and you can't this and you can't that. I get that. But the bigger thing for me has been, so that means punt and pivot. I needed to turn my focus to my online networking and my virtual identity, if you will. And I am telling you what, that has exploded worldwide, literally. And
Well,
I,
yes.
I can't believe the shutdown has had such, I hate to say good effects, but it's done a lot of good things for networking people.
Yep. Up, I got an alarm going off. My
Yeah,
son's cooking his lunch. Sorry about that.
lunchtime. That's okay. That's the best news of all.
No, and I was going to ask because you are involved in Happy Neighborhood Project, which
Huh?
gives you that networking reach. And I remember when you first started it, and you were just like, I love this, and you've been in. And it's the funny with. So where are you going to today, Queenie? Oh, well, I'm going to Australia, and then I'm going to California, and now your language has changed to, well, I traveled 14,000 miles today. Well, wow, you don't look like a day under 20. So,
Yeah, and
but it's
that has been so fun. And honestly, like I say, I know I would never have found them if we were still in person, with all the chambers of commerce and things like that. I know that. Doc, for
well,
you, you stay local for your business, like obviously, or your growth is bigger because of your teaching and training with the gardening.
it's starting to go beyond local, but a majority of clients right now are local, which is fine and great. But it's slowly expanding as I slowly get things more refined, because I'm trying to put 40 years of experience into one. How do you make it understandable, easy, that it's going to speak to general people, because there's always, as gardener people know, gardening people, I should say, you can always share and you always learn something from others. And that's parallel to networking. You can always share
Yeah.
and learn something from others. And I was going to comment on, the networking, especially the Neighborhood Project. I keep saying, I keep wanting to say networking project, but
Yeah.
just how fun that is to meet other people. And then also, it gives you it for me when I'm able to go, it gives me practice on
Ah,
how I talk about business, and a lot of people are like, oh, it's the same people, or I don't like this, or I don't like that about it. And it's like, but it gives you free practice at the very basic for your business. So, because there's many platforms, but it's always fun to meet new people. At least that's
oh,
my opinion.
absolutely. And that's another thing for me. I have found in networking so long now that the people I already know, I never feel like I'm finished networking until I get to meet the people that we don't have in common. I might know your
Right.
mutual friends already, and I'm super glad about that. But your network is so huge. I'm not finished networking until I've met the people of yours that I'm not connected
Right.
with yet. And so, my gosh, that is like going to take me forever in your case, Doc. But it's back to that same thing. The expanse and the reach part is, I mean, it's never ending. It is never ending, the amount of new people. And my thing is always the building faith and trust part, because as soon as somebody says, I need a Kangen water machine, and somebody I've networked with said, well, hang on a minute, you need to call Kathy Weaver, then all of a sudden I didn't know them yet. And that person literally connects me to them, to their friend. That's what's helping for me to get the world smaller. And
Right.
so I don't think I'm finished networking until I know everybody else's mutual friends. And that's the part that I love so much, because we really do make the world smaller.
Definitely. And I've noticed the people that do a lot of networking, and maybe this is something for people out there to just notice. When I have a friend request, the way I kind of vet it in a way. I look to see who they know. And usually, well, like when you pop up, Queenie, we have like over 100, I want to say 120 connections of people we know
Wow.
already. And you're talking about making making everything smaller by who you, and it just fascinates me because you do a lot of networking, and then there's other people that I know that do a lot of networking, and those connections are pretty high with theirs. But then occasionally you'll see like, huh, so and so they have three people that we have in common, and it's like, well, let's, but it just grows. It grows from there and makes the world smaller. It's just it's cool. I love it. I
It's
love
so
it.
amazing to me that just like for me, like I say, I'm never finished. And
Right.
that is the cool part because I don't have to wake up and go, oh my gosh, I have to go networking again. I literally, well, you know what a freak I am, but I wake up and I go, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see who I'm going to meet today. And especially if one of my friends is the one to connect us. I love that so much. And it really has been phenomenal.
Yes, it's fun. It's just, we both love to network. I'm sure everybody can figure that one out.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, I love that a lot.
so is there anything new lately in the past week? It always feels like we haven't talked in a month,
Oh
but
my gosh, I was just going to say that. Well, some of the people have been starting to share their vacation pictures, and I think that's super cool. One of the things for me that I love, and I'm going to see if I can find it actually right here, is I have been posting and trying to take pictures of some of my flowers and the trees in my backyard. The thing for me that is so, well, it's so God. I mean, hello. But you see the seasons, especially in Kansas City, so specific. Fall happens and all the leaves fall off. Winter happens and everything is just gray, dark, freezing. And then spring happens and this white tree right here, I don't know what kind it is, of course, but whatever it is, it starts out green. And I thought, oh my gosh, it must be broken. And so then all of a sudden that green turns to white. And now outside right this current second, that tree is now green again. So it starts out with little green buds. It turns out white just like this. And like I have enough time to watch a tree for heaven's sakes, but now it's green again because I kept thinking, I got to get my pictures all shifted. And you know what made me think of that? You have been doing reels on Instagram, my friend, and I stalk you. And I literally saw this and I went, what is Doc after now? So you've been taking transformational things like this. And I thought, I wish I would have known how to do a reel to be able to get my green tree to white tree to green tree to bald tree all in one reel. And that's such a cool thing that you are doing on Instagram. How did you learn how to do that?
I just was fooling around with it. I fool around with different platforms here and there, and I had a little time the other day, and I
Oh, yeah.
zoomed in on a piece of lettuce. We're not talking complicated. And I had over 1,300 views within 20 minutes of posting it.
Come
I'm
on.
just like, okay, and then when I talk about health, you get two people,
Yeah, right.
so you're like, um, yeah, so I tested out different times and and my subject matter is still very simple because there's only 15 seconds on, it's called IGTV, Instagram TV. There's
Ah,
only 15
okay.
seconds. You can add music to it. You can add little labels and stuff. I'm still, if you look at it, you can tell I'm still learning. I put my labels too low and they got cut off.
No.
So, but no, I got another, I've got another 1,200 or so hits on, I
Oh
zoomed in
my
and zoomed
gosh.
out on some petunias that I have that are black. They're called phantom.
I saw those on your page.
Aren't
Oh
those
my
cool?
gosh.
They're totally cool. Yeah, they're black with the yellow on the inside, and there's also a black velvet. So you don't see black flowers around,
No,
you
ma'am.
don't.
I saw that at first and I thought, she's doing something weird with her lens deals. And then all of a sudden you said it's a black velvet petunia. And I'm like, this is legit, girlfriend. I had no idea.
Yeah, the grower I get my stuff from, he's got a lot of unusual stuff, and actually those are his most popular spring flowers that he sells out. And he told me that the day that I was there, and there were probably 6 left, so I scooped up
Oh,
a few. So yeah, it's just pretty cool. But no, the Instagram has been fun. It's a really good It gives another way to reach people. In 1 week, I look, of course, at the dashboard that gives you all the
Of
stats.
course you do.
1 week, my reach has increased by 1,475.3. I don't know how they figure that out, but 0.3%. It's gone up, and I've reached over 2,500 people.
Oh my
And
gosh.
2 Instagram, like, simple, it wasn't myself saying something. It was just focusing on a piece of lettuce and a black petunia. Amazing.
That, you know what, that seriously is amazing.
Yeah.
And but I love the fact that we have so many now social media platforms. And for me, obviously here, it's just a matter of push a different button and see what happens.
Right.
And the figure it out part, and all of a sudden you see a different something. And just like the other day when I finally found the filters on this fella, they were not here before because the download can't happen. So the download can't happen if you're not on this app. It has to happen from this app and then put it all together for the Zoom thing. And all the button pushing that we have done, you got to find your reels and I got to find my filters. So everybody has their own deal. This is one of the things I think is hysterical.
Oh
Um,
gosh.
I mean, isn't that seriously? It is just, it's hysterical when you think about the um, entertainment is kind of a weird word, but you think about the changes that you can make on something that you're doing just by pushing a different button. And when people say that they're making the world smaller, or they want to share their pictures of their families or their flowers or whatever they're doing, if we can't see each other in person yet, for me, this is the next best thing. And
Yeah.
people are worried about masking, certainly, in locations, certainly, and crossing state lines, certainly, and all those things. I get that. And if that's their comfort zone, whatever, but it's back to that same drill. If we can make something a little more fun, entertaining, this is what you're doing with your reels on Instagram. I think it's a genius platform.
Just as long as they don't see me with, goggles and a. And heavy eyebrows.
Hey, for real. Yeah, that oh my gosh. And that is it's totally awesome, honestly. And I think one time when you were on these calls, you actually had lipstick on.
Yeah,
That was, that's not your DNA, so that was
no,
kind of
it's not
fun.
my DNA at all. I do not wear makeup, so
Yeah. Yeah, that is and that's a health reason, I'm sure, right?
yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
I just there's too much petroleum products, chemicals in my opinion. I know there's alternatives out there, but I
Well,
haven't.
see, and that's one of the things, first of all, for me, everybody is different. We talk
Right.
about you and me, you and I, as far as the oil and water thing, but everybody's different. Who
Right.
cares?
Yeah.
That's the part that I'm just like, you garden, perhaps that's not my gift, and you foodie, and that's totally not my gift. And whatever that looks like, who cares? It's
Right.
back to that same drill. We all have something that we're good at. And sometimes we even have something that we're great at. And it's just fun to see the differences. And for me, the button pushing piece has been amazing because I can't believe, if you think about it, it's kind of overwhelming. I can't believe that we can be instant on something, instant on a Facebook Live, instant with the Doc and Queenie family. And it really is. And to be able to share Bible trivia, that's the part that's also amazing because now we have interaction online live. Now there is a delay oftentimes, and sometimes it's worse than others, but it's just who would have known how to do this stuff? I mean,
Right.
honestly, platforms are cool.
Definitely, definitely. No, and you're a good teacher for different things, like you've taught on just, simple things too. Like I will always remember the LinkedIn piece of that little 10-second, when you
At the audio message, yeah.
the audio message, that but if you hadn't come across and hadn't been curious about pushing buttons on LinkedIn and hadn't come across that person that told you that information, I mean it's just fun.
I would
So
never, first of all, I would never have figured when they, on the LinkedIn well, for those of you listening with us, you have to be, it has to be done from your phone, like on an app. So you go to view profile, edit profile, and then it says add name pronunciation. Well, how many times have I seen that? A zillion. Edit profile, for heaven's sakes. And I thought, well, most people don't have trouble saying Kathy Weaver, so what do I need with that? And then the guy said, hello, think outside the box. You've got 10 seconds, which, believe it or not, yes, it kind of goes fast, but you really can get a lot in that amount of time. You've got 10 seconds to share something. Go to my website, visit my this, go to my YouTube channel, whatever that looks like. You've got 10 seconds to share with people or just to welcome them to your page. And I thought, oh, right, this is going to be one of those high tech, freaky kind of people.
Yeah, that was super easy.
Not the normal people. And so I went to do it. Hello. And I was absolutely shocked. And now you just hit apply and save, and people have a little microphone thing by your name. You have a microphone by your name. They click on it on a computer or a phone, and all of a sudden, welcome to my page, visit my this, go to my something. I have an event coming up, whatever that looks like. Oh my gosh. And Kitchen Garden Expert is all over the place right now, my friend. So your phone, I'm surprised, is not buzzing off the wall. Even, well, you probably turned it off right now. I was going to say you probably had to turn it off for this one, but
Yes.
it's amazing to me how this continues to explode as far as so many people finding you, all the different things that we do as far as social media. It's just been awesome.
It has, and it's been a lot of fun for both of us. Yeah. And that LinkedIn 10-second, I change mine. I try to do it once a week. And I've done stuff. I'm sorry.
A fresh message is a good idea. That's neat. You do it like a rigid Monday morning kind of thing, or what do you do?
No, of course not.
Oh.
No, when I think about it, like I just mentioned it, so I will probably change it today.
Oh,
Yeah. And it's anything like it's on my website. It's dream it, build it, enjoy it. That was one. That was one. And
wow.
then another one was kitchenexpert.com. Another one was, hey, welcome to my page. It's just all different, you can, whatever you can get in 10 seconds, just a little shorter than the Instagram reel. So,
Wow.
so
I
yeah.
really do, though. I think that is super fun. I'm just actually looking at the clock again because we always try so hard to cram so much into 30 little minutes. And somehow, I don't know how this happens, of course.
We're out. Yeah.
Somehow we go a little teensy bit over, but I just can't believe this is such a fun season, and National Shrimp Day and recipes and flowers and being outside again. Everything. This is just such a fun season. I love it so much.
It's very uplifting. It's very positive. It's just good. Spring is a new start. It's a lot of fun. So we would love if anybody wanted to share a recipe, on on a replay, hit a replay, share this, put a recipe. We'd love to see if it's a shrimp recipe. That'd be cool. If you like shrimp, if you want to replace it with lobster,
Yeah.
you want to send us lobster. I
deliver.
Yeah.
I'm all about delivery.
100, call Kathy.
Yeah,
Whoever that is, I don't
deliver.
know.
Yeah, please.
All right. Well, I guess it's time to say goodbye. I don't like goodbyes, but
I know, me neither. Maybe we can say so long, right?
the long term out. So thank you everyone for joining us, our faithful friends on purpose and their friends. Please spread the word. We'd love to have more connections to people. It's all about connecting. It's all about bringing our worlds in closer together. It's all about getting to know each other. Once again, you can check us out on Facebook. We've got Bible Trivia 7:00 on Thursday. Or you can come back live if you can at noon, or as Queenie says, high noon. So we will see you next Monday, May 17th. Thank you, Queenie.
Thank you, Doc.
Take care, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye now.